Hey guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Through the Glass Table. As always, I'm Ismael.
And I'm Everett.
And today we're going to be talking about Steven Spielberg's
Ready Player One. Steven Spielberg is back with Ready Player One, a movie in which a young boy in future Ohio uses virtual reality technology to escape his cruel world and to enter the Oasis, a virtual space in which any world is possible. And do you know which world he enters, Ismael? Italy, 1983. A young boy named Elio awaits the arrival of his father's latest student resident.
Now what happened?
But when he arrives, Oliver will be taken on a sexual journey that will change his...
Yo, stupid lovers, bitch. God. So we'll jump right into it. Everett, Ready Player One. What did you think?
Well, it's no Call Me By Your Name. But this was actually a pretty fun movie. Better than the BFG, and I would say better than The Post, which is Steven Spielberg's last films, and those both bored me to fucking tears.
Tears.
What would you think of it?
I enjoyed it. But see, the thing with me is I can't decide whether I enjoyed it because I'm a 90s baby. So I had a lot of 90s reference, right? Nostalgia to the max.
80s and 90s. We'll discuss that because, I don't know, it told the line of tacky for me with that.
It's interesting.
Yeah, but we'll get into that later. So this was like, there was no stakes, like in terms of the real world for us. Mm-hmm. You know, like I'm tired of going to see movies now where it's like, if this movie isn't good, Star Wars is over. Or, you know, this was like, I didn't know what it was.
Oh, you meant like for genre, right? For franchise? Yeah, well,
I went in hot and I went in not knowing anything, and I think I enjoyed it more because of it.
Yeah, like I would agree. It felt refreshing to actually be in a movie that I knew nothing about, right? Because although the source material is known,
I don't think it's as widely known.
I don't think so either. The book came out in 2011, I think.
I don't know.
But like, I heard it's completely different, but that's something else too.
Yeah, because I've heard that the book is not that good. I think is what you're referring to.
Yeah.
And so however he changed it from the adaptation to this film, it was pretty good. There are some things where I wish it was a lot more, like a social commentary a little bit more. But it's too fun for it to be that. I think that would have bogged the movie down. But I think there are little not hints, but like just the undercurrent of I don't know what I'm trying to say, so I'm gonna give up.
Undercurrents of what? I think you're heading towards something. I don't think
like it's like slight social commentary just by way of it existing.
So you're talking about implications of now.
Yeah.
Like social commentary for now.
Especially on like video game culture
and violence and what is it? If the main thing that they're talking about the film is escapism.
So we gotta get into the characters if we talk about this. The main character, or one of the main characters, who is the creator of the game in this movie, is played
James
by
Holliday, played by Mark Rylance.
Yeah. For me, his whole storyline was the whole purpose of the movie is that he was so withdrawn from the world because he created this game to escape the reality of his social anxiety that he didn't get to live.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that his storyline parallels with the main character, which is played by that ugly ass Sheridan with his ugly face.
Oh my.
That was a little harsh. I don't know. I don't like his face.
Okay.
I just really him and Hawkeye. Both of them.
Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, I can't stand their faces. I know it sounds horrible, but it's the truth. I don't like it. But anyways. Their storylines.
It's a fucking big tangent. Jesus.
I'm sorry. His storyline is also similar because he's an orphan, I guess.
Technically,
yeah,
yes.
And he seems like this is a problem, but he seems like he doesn't get along with the realities of his world. He doesn't have real friends, I don't think.
Well, he spends most of his time in the
Oasis. But it's through that game and through doing what they have to do in this movie that he learns to live in the reality of the world. And I think that's what the main purpose of that movie was about. And even like Mark Rylance gives it to you on a platter at the end where he's like, live. I think
Mark Rylance had more of a social issue or like how to interact with society, and I think the main character, because of his background, which they give to us a little later, right, in snippets, forces him to live in the world. I don't know if I'd like to say it equates almost. I mean, there's similarities.
Well, I think that's what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Like, through the journey of doing what this is Mark Rylance's entire purpose, was to get whoever was the winner to realize, to live outside of this game, because the game has become such a. Those are the things that I liked. Is like they're all destitute and they're all fucking poor, but they're playing this game. It's like, go get a job.
I don't think there was enough of what the world went through.
Yes,
in order for us
I wanted to get into that.
For us to describe why people are just choosing to stay into this world. They mentioned corn syrup shortage and like bandwidth wars and all this stuff. But yeah, there's not enough of what's happening in the real world for us to say, oh, I can understand now why these kids and people are choosing to stay inside.
And then he even says that they're giving up, his fucking, I guess, stepfather, or no, it would be his step uncle, gave up the house or the money.
Pretty
from the
much,
house
the stuff they were saving up.
To buy items in a fucking game. I think that's my main. The main thing I didn't like in this movie is I wish there was more of the real world stuff. I wish we would have saw how much of a loser, or not a loser, but how much of a withdrawn person Ty Sheridan was, and how much more of how these people in this world are so hooked into this game that they don't even realize the destitute that they're in.
This film does harken back to Spielberg's early childhood films.
Oh, for sure.
A lot. I think that's one of the things that I gravitated more towards, because I haven't seen that side of Spielberg in a long time.
Just ignore what you just saw. Just by way of the nostalgia, a lot of those movies that are not a lot of the characters that are in these movies are from his movies.
Yeah. But it's just like the last stuff that he's given us was Lincoln, which was a good film, and The Post, and what was the one before that?
There's Bridge of Spies.
And Bridge of Spies. They're all
BFG.
His big blockbusters used to be more kid friendly.
Yep.
Jurassic Park was kid friendly.
Yep.
But then it stopped.
I just feel like he's gotten stale. I think he should have retired a while ago. However, he is still, even without being fresh, he still makes greater movies than most.
I would say I don't agree with you saying that he should stop making, or he should retire. I just think he should get back to what made him him, because it seemed like he was having so much more fun.
Yeah, but
doing
then it's
this.
Can you go back to that? You've been in the movie industry almost 35 years. Maybe
I think
he just
you
doesn't
can.
have that in him.
I mean, he is. You watch a Spielberg film, you're watching Spielberg.
True.
So he's becoming an auteur.
This movie could have been directed by Joe Dante. I wouldn't have known just
Joe Dante.
Or what's the guy? Joe Johnston, the guy that does the whatever. My point is, I don't see his movies as you're watching a Tarantino film. There's no way you can mistake that. His recent films to me feel like they have the genetic makeup of a Spielberg movie, but I mean they could be directed by anyone.
In this film, which surprised me, was seeing Olivia Cooke, who is also in Thoroughbreds.
Yes, who we just gave accolades to on 2 reviews ago.
Yeah, what did you think about her performance in this one?
She was great. I thought she was great. It's love interest, and she kicked ass on her own, but I really like her.
She was a nice counterpart to the main character, is what I'm trying to say, because she is selfless in the fact that she's trying to do everything for the outside world, and he is just inside.
She couldn't give a shit about the game, but she's extremely good at it.
Yeah. But I think it's a different side to see her in this film than Thoroughbreds, because Thoroughbreds, she was just like a fucking monster.
Yeah,
but
I was thinking there are hints earlier in the movie that she's not into him as much as she is into him, or as he's into her. And I was just thinking in my head, she's a sociopath. Get out. She's fucking crazy. I just saw her try to kill somebody's dad, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
But I think she played her part well.
Yep.
And I don't really know his best friend, or it's H.
Yeah, she's the big old lesbian from Masters of None. I like her a lot. She's like less annoying Leslie Jones.
Oh, Jesus.
A more professional.
Why does it always seem like everything always comes back to Leslie Jones? Leslie, I hate that bitch, Leslie Jones.
Because I hate that bitch. She was fine too. I thought their friendship was cute, but like her real character wasn't in the movie that much, so we didn't get to know her.
That's true. I mean, a lot of people really weren't in there either. Even the Asian Basher brothers, you'll say, Daito and Sho. That little kid, Sho, I loved him. He reminded me of Short Round. Oh, I know.
From
Indiana Jones. Man, Dr. Indy! Mr. Indy Jones. But he reminded me of him. But he felt natural.
You said this after we left it. The whole dynamic, because it's a bunch of kids, and the whole dynamic of that felt like very throwback Steven Spielberg. Mm-hmm. Just a bunch of kids hanging out on an adventure, doing stuff that they probably couldn't do in real life, but here they are. Other characters include Ben Mendelsohn, who is the villain in this.
Why is he always a villain? It's like...
Because he's either British asshole guy or corporate asshole guy. That's like all he does. And then they combined it in Star Trek, or they combined it in Star Wars, where he was British asshole corporate guy.
His performance was I felt he was maybe trying too hard in some scenes. I felt.
You don't like him.
I don't.
Yeah, because I remember you went on the rant for Rogue One. I think he's pretty okay.
Okay. Well, that's one person's opinion.
But you have like real hate towards him.
It's not hate. It's just like he don't know how to act. He overacts. He's like the Nick Cage of every movie. You find him.
I think he's just,
and then he whips around. See when he did that Vogue whip and he walked back.
I think he does quirky things that maybe sometimes don't translate well. But I don't find him offensively bad. I don't find him special either, to be honest. But
so you're just like in the murky middle.
Yeah, I'm neutral.
You have no opinion then.
What else has he been in besides this? And Rogue One. But he's always around, but I just never can remember him. Maybe that's a bad sign. TJ Miller is in this and voice only.
Voice only. But he was funny. Funny voice only. Yeah. As IROC, the villain. I was just like, he never showed his fucking face this whole film. That's hilarious.
He's probably some like 300-pound, small penis. Like, just smells like just sewage water.
What are you talking about?
His real form.
Oh, as his character?
Yeah.
I rocked the character? Yeah. You're an idiot. It's like TJ Miller.
Well, him too. Like well, also that too.
He do look like he needs to take a shower sometimes.
Extremely unattractive.
I think we're to the point now where we can say what we rate the film.
Yeah.
There's not much we need to talk about it. It speaks for itself.
There's not much to this film. But in a good way. Maybe in almost like what's the movie with the guns? John Wick. It knows what it's doing.
At least John Wick.
It's not trying to do anything else but what it's doing, and it executes it as perfectly as it can. And that's what this movie does. So I give this movie a 4 out of 5. It's a little long, but not too long.
Not too long where you feel disengaged.
Yeah. There are parts where I wish I know they had to explain stuff because it's such a complicated concept.
Yeah.
So I forgave it, and you will forgive it for that too. Those are the only parts where I got bored, but it was entertaining, and you'll have fun picking out. Oh, there's Iron Giant. Oh, there's Freddy Krueger. So go see the movies.
Same, 4 out of 5. Like I said, nostalgia to the max, man. Like I didn't see it as a bad thing. A lot of people were saying it's too much. Like there's too much going on with that, but I don't think so because it fits what the story is trying to do. Yeah, and trying to explain.
Like I did feel it was a little tacky, but then it's also sort of like it fit with the story because the guy who created it loved those things.
And he's tacky.
Yeah,
he's corny too.
I mean, it's a matter of taste. It's up to you. But
yeah, but I think the '90s babies will enjoy it for the factor of seeing their old cartoons and everything on the screen. But it's also, like I said, it gives you that feeling of watching the Goonies and watching like a kid's going through adventures and kind of coming of age story. This is what this is. A 4 out of 5. Take your family. It's funny. There is profanity in it, surprisingly.
And slight sexual stuff, but nothing crazy.
Nothing too bad that your kids already know about. So,
I was waiting for him to come in that when she was touching him and he had the suit on.
Okay, not that far.
He was going. housewife will go, because that's how I come. Thanks, guys, for joining us. We'll be back for
Don't touch me.
That was coming up next. Avengers?
Yeah, I think so.
No,
that's the next
at the end of the
one.
month.
But that's nothing else that's coming up.
We'll be back for A Quiet Place.
Oh yeah, the couple.
Yeah, that comes out next
week.
The
lovely married couple.
Yeah, so.
Anyways, like Everett over here says, thank you for joining us today on Through the Glass Table for this week's episode. And as always, please comment and subscribe because we actually like reading those and talking about why you hate or love the films or agree or disagree with us. So please
and we will passively aggressively, let me just go into this. If you say to us, well, I didn't like your opinion, I didn't like what you said, and you're all wrong, we will passively aggressively say, well, tell us what you thought, and then you never comment. So, there you go. Have a nice day.
Bye.